The question is essentially, does the husband have wilayah over his wife? Appear. So now you want to champion women's rights, and you're like, hey, the West is so late on this. Islam always accepted. Legally, these things are all allowed. But I'm trying to say that Muslim societies and communities don't operate within the legal system all the time. They operate within different cultural norms. That says, no, Islam says that the husband has complete authority and wilayah and dominance over his wife. And the wife has to completely submit to her husband's demands and wishes and desires. So now some of the jurists are like, hey, wait, we can respond back to the Orientalists by saying, hey, guess what? Our women, they don't even have to work. Because in the West, wives were still expected to work in the home, do all the domestic jobs at home, clean the dishes, do the laundry, take care of the kids, all of that stuff, right? So now the jurists are like, or the Muslims in general are like, hey, in our Islamic law, women don't even have to work. Our wives are like princes, queens. They don't have to lift anything. In fact, they can charge money for even breastfeeding their own children. They can charge money. So they started to put all these things out. Who takes this idea of tamkin for both husband and wife, and he kind of deconstructs it a little bit, and he takes it out of this legal rigidity, basically. Takes it out of that. That is the very famous ayah, Surah An-Nisa. Ar-rijal qawwamun ala nisa, that men are qawwamun ala nisa. Now this qawwamun is what's going to become the discussion for us. Wilayah mean wilayah in Islam, in Islamic law, in discussion, it means that definition. And look what he's saying. He's saying the same thing. He's like, hey, if you say he has wilayah, then wilayah means this. The same definition that I had initially showed you in the PowerPoint.
یک سری حقوق داره بر عهده زن. زن هم یک سری حقوق داره بر عهده مرد. این حقوق رو باید رعایت بکنن و الا هر دو انسانن، هر دو مستقلن.
That's why they say go to a jurist. If a man is not giving a divorce and a woman wants a divorce, what do they say? Go to a jurist. Bring the case to the jurist, and jurist will recite the talaq for her, right? Because he has the right of tasarruf over here. That's the extent. So the mainstream fuqaha say that's the extent of the wilayah of faqih. As I said, Imam Khomeini believed in mutlaq, absolute. What do you do? That's conflict resolution. That's a different topic. That's a different issue altogether. That's conflict resolution, communication. How do you work on it? How do you solve conflicts? How do you solve disputes? How do you avoid divorce? How do you make sure that you don't go down the path of divorce? They don't understand that you have to cultivate the relationship. You have to cultivate a system, an atmosphere in the family, which will allow you to do that.